model 94. One of, as far as I know, the research I did on it, it's one of 7 known to exist. 104 horsepower, 344 cubic inch straight 8. Overhead valve, as Buick was always overhead valve. And so this is kind of our first take on it. The owner told us it's overheating. It's not running great. It's definitely got an exhaust leak. So gonna investigate. It may look like, I want to say last time I looked at it, it may have looked like we had some coolant coming out, maybe out of the head gasket or head or somewhere in that area. I don't remember it being super nice under here. It's pretty nice.
That's a monster, dude.
If I remember correctly, it's pretty wet around here, which could be coming from valve cover gasket. So we'll do a compression test on it, see what it's doing, making sure it's okay. I don't think it's really leaking out of the water pump, which is a great start anyway. I don't know if it's charging or not because, okay, all right, so first thing I've noticed right here, this is not a proper connector. So there's already some things we're seeing here. Apparently the headlights don't work.
They look cool, but they don't work.
So maybe, just maybe, it needs new bulbs. Unlikely, but
Could it be that easy? Probably not.
yeah, it couldn't be that easy. I'd be curious. This has thermostat controlled shutters on it underneath this, behind this bug guard here. So you kind of see right back here. So before you had like thermostats in the cooling system, because this is a non-pressurized cooling system, you would have these shutters that would open and close on the higher end cars. So you had a thermostat in here that would actually mechanically operate the shutters. And it would open and close the shutters if the car was too hot or too cold.
Nice.
So we need to make sure that that's working because those have a tendency not
To get
work
stuck.
really well. So here's this. I guess this is some sort of tank for the antifreeze or so. I don't know. It looks like it probably is leaking. It's definitely leaking around here. So this is probably all going to have to come apart. Take a look at that. And like I said, we're going to have to investigate with the electrical. It's got some things on it I'm not super thrilled about. But it's got a kill switch on it because when you have the car, when you have the kill switch turned on, these lights stay on all the time. So I don't know what's going on with that. We got new tires for it, so we need new tires and tubes because he blew out a tube. I want to say it was in the back right one, but it could have been the back left one. So we got brand new tires, brand new tubes. Even though the tires look pretty good on it. The spares are
Cracked.
they're dry, real dry. But these aren't bad. These are pretty nice. They're super soft. So,
Yeah, those look nice.
but we even got new tires for the spares. And so apparently these are not the proper, correct size tire for this car. So these are 19s, I believe 7 to 19s. So I don't know what the gas tank looks like. Hopefully it looks nice in there. Smells good. So we'll stick the camera down there. We went through the trunk, nothing really to see. We got side curtains.
Some paperwork.
A little bit of paperwork. Not a whole lot there to see. We'll have to get new rubber feet for these because it's missing that one. Tear the paint up any more than it already is.
Woo! Look at that.
So yeah, as you can probably see, right off the bat, we're missing a bolt.
Oh yeah, I'll do it.
So it's probably broken off in there. We definitely have an exhaust leak because it's blowing soot all over everything right here.
The turbocharger looks good though.
Yeah, I don't even know if the horn works. Overall, seems like a really nice car, but as far as I know, this car really hasn't been used in a very long time. So the current owner, he bought it a few years ago, had some issues with it, hasn't really found anybody to work on it. So here it is.
Here we come to the rescue.
So it actually looks like that bolt may have just fallen out. Nope, it's broken off. So
Yeah.
that means the manifold's coming off. If the head gasket's blown, you know the head's already coming off, so it almost looks like it's actually maybe slightly warped. I don't know. May have to have the manifolds decked a little bit, get them nice and straight. Yeah, we'll have to source some stuff. Got a goofy looking carburetor on it. What do you think, Buck?
I dig it so far. I'm just gonna, you know, once we can find all the gremlins, once we start looking into it. But I mean, it runs, it starts. It's not, you know.
Synchronized second and third gear as well in 1931.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
This car was built during the Cadillac Buick Wars. That's why this car was built. As far as I know, it's only a 1 year only body style. They did it like this, so it's kind of neat. Also, everybody loves to talk about these when they have them. Golf club door.
Oh, nice.
Golf
Your
clubs
bag.
in there. Overall, pretty nice looking car. She needs a little bit. But hopefully we can make it look and run a little bit better than it does now.
6-volt system. Oh yeah, you can see it. Where's the iPad charging station?
We can put one in there.
So what we're trying to do is test the oil pressure, right? Because it's low, and we're trying to figure out if it's...
Gauge. We're not sure if the gauge is off, but when it's ice cold, it only gets about 20 psi, which is not
good.
Not good enough.
So we're trying to hook up an actual physical oil gauge to that T down there. We got, so this probably fit for that, so we can make doubly sure that it's not just the gauge in there that's wrong, maybe reading wrong. So we'll get another proper gauge, test it, and then maybe change the oil, because whatever's in it might be a little too thin. So we just got to make sure that's not the issue, and then we'll just keep knocking the possibilities down until we find out if we have to blow this engine apart or not.
Let me be clear. I am not blowing this engine apart.
You can see it hiding right there. That's what we're shooting for.
We need to do oil pressure, compression test. I'm going to put the valve cover back on. Put it into the oil and also want to drain the oil. We'll see what this gauge reads. If it's good, we're going to do an oil change anyway.
Yeah.
But hopefully it's good, and we may have to send the gauge out and have it redone. Or I'll talk to the owner and see if he wants just an aftermarket gauge under there. I would rather send that gauge out and have it rebuilt if that's the problem. But if it's reading pretty accurate, so I said ice cold, it's only reading about 20 psi.
Yeah.
That's not very good. So we'll change the oil if it's still reading low. We're going to change the oil regardless, but we're just going to see.
Yeah.
Make sure the gauge is kosher.
Like 25, 28.
What the gauge in the car is reading. Alright.
Changing the Earls.
Yeah, change the oil.
Check these out. He got laces on that frame, bruh. So we were just inspecting the underside, and CJ just brought this to my attention. See this pin? That's what holds the clutch pedal to the whole clutch assembly, and that pin is about to come out, as it has no retaining clip or anything. It's almost out, so it's a good thing it's here. Oh yeah.
So it's not as thin as I was thinking it was going to be, but it's pretty black.
Check out the crash washer on that thing. It's a pancake.
She's been crushed a few times.
It's like
So
tissue paper.
Probably have to cut that out.
Here's for all the people wondering what's going in it.
It's cheaper than VR1. Readily available at Amazon.
And it's got all the zincs you need for them flat tapeted. Is this one flat tapeted?
Oh yeah.
It's a big old stick.
So we're still a little low. This thing probably takes like 7 or 8 quarts if I had to guess.
Yeah. $21. But let's wait a little bit. It's maybe at 25. Well, that's no bueno for now. Thoughts, opinions? Not ideal.
I'm not sure if there's a way to adjust the oil pressure on this. I imagine there probably is. That's not ideal. Not ideal.
I'm gonna do a compression test, so we gotta take these out, but
A lot of oil in there.
So was that a head gasket?
No, that's just rings for one.
Rings.
I have to use this.
I'm just gonna push it in there.
Yep. Just Alright, so you ever done a compression test?
Nope.
Okay, so what we're going to do here, one of us is going to turn the car over, and the other is going to watch the gauge, and when it's done climbing,
That's the
give the signal to the driver, whoever's in the car, hey, that's
your top.
that's it. When you're doing this, just watch the needle, and when it stops rising,
Will it remain there if I
Yep.
take it out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and then after you take it out,
Just
when you get the reading, just push the little valve,
and it releases it.
and it releases the pressure.
Okay.
So this isn't the ideal setup, but I don't have an adapter for those spark plugs.
We'll just ram it.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
Let's do this. So ignition off, no throttle.
Start with number 1. Oh, we need to get a piece of paper, a pencil,
Oh yeah, and write it down.
to write down what the numbers are.
Could we do it on this here board?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, sweet.
6, 7, 8.
And then just write down what we got.
Write down how many PSI.
How many C's we get? Okay.
Alright. All engines are Fords and Chevys, Dodges, they all do it different. You know, like on the Fords it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the Chevys it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So on the straight engines, usually one's in the front.
One's in the front, so we'll start with that one.
Throttle's open. Here we go. What do you got?
50.
50.
High score. 50. That's it. Okay, number 2. Go ahead. Okay. I would say 45. So these are the results of our game right here. Number 4 is a bit low.
That's it's just out of the
Yeah.
10% range, so not bad. It's 6 volt, doesn't turn over very fast.
So they're all pretty much equal across the board there. What does it tell you?
It's worn out equally. The rings are got some decent blow by on them. So we'll try and clean them up and we'll run it, see how
Yeah.
quickly they get like this. So we may just order a new set of plugs for it. I don't even know if these are the right ones. So pot metal carburetors are notoriously cracking, breaking apart when you take them apart because they get very old and delicate. They weren't meant to last this long. But as you can see, it's a 2-barrel. So there's 2 different barrels on it. It's a Marvel, which Buick stuck with them for a long time. So, which it looks like it's been apart recently. We may pull this cover off just to see what it looks like in there. Make sure everything looks clean. Seems to be working all right.
That's alright.
We definitely got some good slop in there. We may have to bush that. So we may have to take this piece off, stick it in the mill, ream it out, put bushings on the throttle shaft.
This looks like some kind of a retaining screw, but it's not. I don't know. There's some kind of a gasket.
Donut gasket in here that's just completely blown out.
Yeah, that's a little clip.
That'll be fun taking that apart.
Yeah, it's scary.
Realistically, what we could do is we could just make an adapter that went from there to there and eliminated all this. But we'll talk to Logan and see what he wants to do. Here on the gasket set.
Because we have to drop the pan, possibly look for like a pressure release valve for the oil, because they might have that sometimes, and that might be our oil pressure problem, maybe. And also in the pan, there's like a pickup, right, that could be clogged.
Yep, absolutely. So it didn't look super sludgy in there, and actually it's really clean underneath the valve cover. So I'm not thinking that doesn't look like the screen would be plugged up, but you never know. So we'll take a look. We're gonna need plugs. We'll probably just replace those plugs and see how long it takes for them to get super
fouled.
That we're definitely gonna have to do repair work on this.
We found some things, but more importantly, low oil pressure. Did a little researching. Found out that the oil pressure bypass springs, there's a little check ball it's spring loaded, and when the oil is real cold, what that's designed to do is it doesn't want you to over pressurize the oil system, especially if you got a filter. You can blow the filter, blow a line, cause unnecessary high pressure oiling, and you don't really want that. So there's a little bypass spring, and apparently on these they are kind of notorious for breaking. The engine definitely has some miles on it, but it's not really worn out, and it seems it's pretty clean. So we put some new oil in it, hoping that it just had really thin weight oil, modern oil in it. It did not. So we put the right oil in it. Still oil pressure low, so it stays low, and obviously you don't want low oil pressure. So we're gonna go ahead and drain the oil out and pull the pan.
Which we just changed last time, so we're gonna try to.
A process of elimination. That's how she goes. It doesn't look like we have to take the splash pan off. It looks like we can just get the pan off, all the bolts out. Don't have to do anything crazy. And then we're gonna pull. There's also a screen in there that can get real nasty and gummy, so we'll clean that. And then we'll take the oil pump apart. And while we're down here, we'll go ahead. We'll drain the antifreeze because the water manifold tube, it needs some work, needs some repair work. It's got some shoddy fiberglass work on it, so we're going to get that taken care of too, because it's starting to leak now out of some of the repairs. So we'll figure out if we need to remake the entire manifold or if we can repair the one that's in there. So we got to get that pulled out, and then we got to pull the manifolds off because there's a broken stud on the exhaust manifold. There's a couple of leaks there, a couple exhaust leaks and everything like that. So we got quite a bit of work ahead of us, but we're now that the holidays have gone by, everybody's home from vacation, and we're back on it. We're going to get to it. So
Yep.
and then of course next weekend's the Super Bowl weekend. So
No.
probably not a lot going on that weekend. But so we're going to start getting to it. Also got to change some tires.
Ooh. I got this camera in my hand. Hercules! Hercules! There we go. Seems like it's stuck on your side still a little bit. There it is. look at the goods. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that.
Pull that screen and open up the oil pump right here.
Okay.
So we'll probably end up just taking the oil pump off and doing it on the bench.
So you think, did you say there's a spring in there that kind of goes funky
There's
sometimes?
a little check valve, a little check ball, so it doesn't build too much oil pressure. What happens is the check ball comes up against the spring and then it opens and it bypasses oil back into the pan so it doesn't over pressurize. Because all these, see all these lines, they're all soldered together. So you don't want to put a ton of pressure through them. But 25 is too low. Is the bypass, and then right here is the relief valve. So we'll pull this apart because it's attached to this this brace together line, and we'll pull the screen off so we can get a better look at what we're working with. Looks like just a single nut. Clean it in the solvent tank. Make sure it's nice and clean when it goes back together.
So we found the spring, and it appears to be fine.
Intact.
Did you say we can still adjust the pressure
I
somehow?
don't know if we can. I think we can on this. We should. I want to take the check ball. We're gonna pull this apart
Yeah, and clean it out.
and just examine the ball. Make sure that's all doing what it's supposed to do.
And there she is. There's the oil pump. 1931 OG technology. That's a gasket. You're wondering where the bowl is? Is it in there somewhere?
It's a little plunger, actually, not a ball.
Besides the spindle bit, you can see the gears. So that's your pump. That's what pumps right there. That's freaking cool.
2 for 2 for big springs.
So interesting turn of events. We open up the secondary spring thing, but there's no bowl anywhere to be found, and there's no bowl inside there. So either the bowl is missing and just fully open, and this is why we have no pressure, because that spring ain't doing nothing and there's no bowl. That's what we think. Because you get the spring, and this holds the spring, but there's nothing here.
But there's nothing to seal it to either.
Yeah. So there is some sort of plunger down there, maybe instead of a bowl, and we might be stuck. You guys can probably see it, but you just gotta believe us. And it's stuck.
There it goes.
You good?
Yeah.
Very cute. Look at that.
Kind of stuck.
Marvel mystery solved.
I can see. Yeah, I think she just got stuck.
And just clean out that passageway a little bit.
Yep, and bone drying.
If them CJB boys done solved another mystery, I'll be darned.
Show ya. Just cleaned it off.
Just came out.
Yep, see? Not saying that's going to solve our problems, but
Should definitely help.
got down on it too far, like it was like that,
Mm-hmm.
and it needs to be like that.
So
That could be why it wasn't going up all the way. I don't know. But I think I want to order a new spring for it just to be safe. There's crusty stuff all inside this. So we're going to take this whole pump apart, clean everything out really good. And hopefully when we put it all back, we'll replace the spring. And
Keep pumping like it should.
put it back together. And if that doesn't solve the problem, I think we got bigger problems to worry about.
Okay, next step.
So we've already drained the antifreeze out. So now we got to get this manifold off. As you can see, there's some really shoddy repair work. The worst part is down through here where it's actually fiberglassed. Somebody has put some fiberglass cloth over there and it's starting to leak. down here you can actually see, if you get in there a little bit behind the horn, right through there, it's super wet right through there, it's leaking. So
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna have to take it off. I think we can probably fix this one, but it's definitely been welded on in here for the temp gauge. It's definitely been repaired here. It's had some other, and then this fiberglass repair is the worst. I think this is salvageable, but you know, when we get the whole thing off and take a look at it after we blast it, clean it all up really nice, we'll have a better understanding.
Assessing the damage.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is original. I think somebody made this, but as
Yeah,
you can
look at
see,
that.
it's got a nice bit of fiberglass work there. That's a new one. I've not seen that.
That didn't look too good either.
Yeah, she's definitely been splooged up pretty good.
Tinkered on.
So we'll have to clean it up, blast it, kind of go from there and see how bad off it really is.
So the next big step is taking all of this off.
And then, once we have all that crap off, we can do my favorite part and clean it all up. Get all the freaking oil grime, get all the paint flakes, nasty stuff out of there and make it look a heck of a lot nicer. Pull this cover off right here and clean out anything that's in the block.
Nice.
And just make sure it's nice and clean. You get a nice passageway to your water jacket and all that. Make sure it's nice and clean in there.
So this is gonna get ceramic coated.
Probably this.
Okay. So all this madness is coming off of it, because this is all, it just needs to be off and redone and fixed up. Remember this? Yeah, remember that? Oh, look at that. Nice little plunger.
Homemade to me. Oh, it's part of a trailer ball.
That's awesome.
See? It's a trailer ball.
Does it have 2 inches on it or something?
It's smaller than 2 inch.
Yeah. That's freaking hilarious.
This will go out.
Get blasted.
Coated.
Oh, there's a little flange.
Yeah, you just had it wired open.
Yeah. You gotta stay organized, you guys. Gotta be organized. Put everything in little baggies. Stay. No, don't pay attention. Stay organized. Stay organized.
There you go. There's the exhaust leak.
Organized.
Piece of cast iron right there.
That's a chunk.
Probably have that sent out too.
Oh, so somebody kissed it over here. Yeah, so if we're taking out the studs, you think it's just gonna pop up and over?
I hope so.
Okay.
I think it's just got a little lip it's got to slide out of. Never worked on a Buick of this era before, so don't know all the little ins and outs. What Buick liked and what they didn't like.
Here we go.
There's one.
That's got little sleeveys.
It's gonna make our life a lot easier if we go to put it back in.
It's heavy.
Cast iron. Doesn't look that bad.
Look at that. Little register holes so you can line it up. That's cool.
It's overheated a few times on them, so luckily this is kind of the end of this era where you can pull this cover off and you can actually clean out in the water jacket.
Huh.
So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Hopefully that looks kind of crappy, so we have like a definitive answer. If not, we'll have to pull the water pump apart and see what's going on with the water pump. Because everything that came out of the radiator is crystal clear. I really am not scared about the radiator being dirty. we'll flush it, but I don't think that's our culprit. So I'm hoping this is just really plugged up, and we can, yeah,
Clean it out.
put that around. Yummy!
Look at all this. Right in here. That's hilarious. This is all pretty
Digging.
yeah. It's pretty
What?
it's a lot of it. Moving on to the other side.
We're gonna pull this out.
Oh, great.
We're gonna start cleaning all this stuff out. Make sure it's all good and clean. So, a couple of hose clamps,
Okay.
2 bolts. I assume there's 2 bolts. I haven't checked the bottom, but I assume there's 2 bolts. Yep, 2 bolts, one here and one on the bottom. Pull that out, clean it out real good. Then we'll get that pipe out. Same thing. We'll scope down to the water pump, see what it looks like. But I can almost guarantee you we're gonna take the water pump out.
Oh, dude, that's like a honeycomb in there. That's cool.
Yeah, this was originally an oil and fuel cooler. I'm just
Nice.
concerned that
Get full of gunk.
maybe. No, it looks pretty. It's pretty clean.
Yeah, that honeycomb. I love that.
It's a little
design in
dirty.
it. Yeah, that was easy. I don't know what you were struggling with. Just gotta have that Polish strength, I guess. That's the oil filter housing.
It looks like one of the reproduction ones that has a spin-on filter inside.
Look at that. Use other port as the inlet. Secret messages. For that don't look 1931 and it comes with a sticker. Look at that. 1061. If my upside down scales are correct. So that's the water pump. What is that thing up here? Just a pulley for the thing.
This probably is a semi-press fit. Because the shaft runs
it's
all the
part
way
of-
through.
Oh.
It turns in the back of there, so it may not come off without taking the whole thing apart.
It's fantastic. That's awesome. Let's go have a look-see in there.
Yeah, looks great.
Yeah, that don't look that bad.
It's clear, it's clean, and the impeller's like freaking there, so should be a-okay.
The more you know.
Cold, kind of miserable.
Oh, it's cold. It's very cold.
Somebody forgot to turn the heat on last night.
So we're just kind of deciding what to do with the stud, which is now broken, and we might just have to take the whole head off and have it machined. But in the meantime, while the shop is heating up, we're just gonna focus on them tires because that's awesome. So we're gonna try to pop these off the rims. These are actually designed to be changed on the car, CJ told me. So I've never seen this before. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Oh yeah, she's nice and crispy.
There you go. There we go. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. There it went.
Now, we gotta break the back. Gotta unglue it. There we go.
Dude, that's awesome.
So, we have new flaps, new tubes. I gotta find my baby powder.
And we were on YouTube. Baby powder.
February of, or second week of 2024, so January 2024. These are year old.
Nice.
So, we need the baby powder.
The baby powder. Slush it around. Yeah, lavender. Okay, and chamomile. Is this specific? Is this era specific for these cars? Lavender and chamomile is very important. It's all in there. We got the flap. We got the semi-inflated tube.
With the tube, you don't need to go crazy with it. You just want it basically to hold the shape of what a generic inner tube looks like.
Yeah.
So then, bring it over here.
There we go. Oh, missed a spot. There's the hole.
The hole.
Line up your vent tube with the hole. Hey!
The valve stem caps that these come with.
Are actually the tool.
Yeah, they come with the core remover.
Nice.
Oh, she is tight. So if you have one of these cars, you need to do this and don't have a valve stem tool, you probably got one on your tire tube.
That's genius. Is there a specific place you need to start in? Is there a mark or something?
Wherever the paint. Really slow when we go to inflate this. Stand off to the side
So it doesn't blow out in our face.
Everything seats nice, and I've got the pressure turned way down on the compressor, so should be okay. I've got the pressure turned way down. Stand off to the side. There you have it. That's how you change the tire.
On a 1931 Buick.
Bracket right here. There's one just like it in the back. This one we're gonna leave screwed down. We pick up just a hair, slide it out so it'll clear that
Oh.
rise. So like I said, we'll put them up halfway, pick up on it, pull it out, come out through the front, come around here, and we're gonna lay it on the stand.
That wasn't so bad.
Then we gotta take this off.
Spine.
Then we gotta take the valve train off, and then the head will be ready to pop off.
Taking these.
Need to check the torque on all of these bolts and just see just to see.
Get a baseline of what it's supposed to kind of be.
Yep, and then I haven't even checked the manual. It may have actual torque specs.
27, 28.
These are all probably 25.
So on either side, we got these two hold down tubes or whatever those are. This one here
Oil feed tubes.
and one here.
That's a return.
That's a return. So we got to loosen those first and see how they kind of pop off, because then we have to take the valve train off. We have to do it from the middle going out each way so we don't break nothing.
We just want it to come up evenly.
Yeah. A crash washer or just a regular one?
Yeah, just a washer.
Whew. So look at that. Feeling this one? Oh yeah, this one's like super loose.
Super loose. You come over. You feel this one. Oh, it's loose. We loosened it up.
Yeah, but this one, was it this one that was like super?
You can try that one.
Yeah, this one is not so loose. So why is that? Because of the valves, right?
Yeah. That's why
You
want
see-
to kind of bring it up evenly.
You see how some of the valves are open, some are closed, so some are actually under pressure. So you don't want to just start taking all this off randomly, because you can actually pop it and break something, because some of them are still pressurized, let's just say. So that's why you want to go kind of start from the middle and work your ways out.
And once you feel no tension on any of them, then you know. Well, you'll see the valves will start to come up as this lifts up. See, like I can't.
Yeah, it was just loose and now it's tight again.
So you feel that one's got some tension on it. Not much, but it's probably lifting off of that
Yeah.
and that.
Yeah, that one wasn't as loose. Oh, you can see, you can literally see it. The springs lifting.
Anything cocked.
Yeah, that one's lifting.
Just work your way. So you'll start to see pretty much all these. See this one, nothing there, nothing there. Still got something there, nothing there. Still got something there, nothing 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 there, and we're still tight there. So,
Physics, y'all! Physics!
a little bit, a little bit. And this one's got a little bit of a dome. I haven't done that one yet.
Yeah,
This one, see?
yeah.
'Cause all these studs are close to, that's not an accurate measurement, but and don't drop it.
So there's your front of your spine, there's your rear. There's a quarter pin in there, you said. You take that off
What do
and
you
all
call
these...
it, a spine?
Yeah, looks like a spine.
Okay.
So those are your vertebrae. So he's going to take an engraver and basically engrave everything so we know what the order is once you reassemble, so we can clean all this up. It's wild.
Yeah, so we got to pull these covers off right there.
Release the...
Because we're gonna have to, there's got to be some sort of retention method. I don't know what it is, but there's got to be some sort of retention method down here to hold those on.
So you can't just pull on these and they will not come out, the push rods, right? They're held captive inside there in the prison. We gotta release them somehow because we gotta
Now it's time to
separate
take the
this.
plug wires off, disconnect them, and
get all those plates off. That's behind door number 1. Shed some light on the situation. Yep, CJ was correct. It's almost like you know what you're doing.
you know, slide out. Oh yeah.
Hmm. You do come out through there. They're spring loaded? That's pretty wild. I've never seen one
I
like
guess this is the lifter. Yeah. So yeah, there's the keeper. So this is just a very crude lifter.
There we go, all laid out. CJ actually told me, brought to my attention, that these are hollow inside. Like, see that little hole there? And that feeds the oil up, and so that's hollow in there. That's entire rocker channel, and then it feeds the oil through there into these little cups, and then that all slides on down to feed your camshaft.
I don't know where the oil goes through in here. Well, we cleaned it in the solvent tank, we'll see.
Yeah.
Good way you can tell this engine has been rebuilt before is not super sludgy, and so that means that it's probably, since it's been rebuilt, it's been running detergent oil, which detergent oil didn't come out till like the 50s. So I think this is an old engine rebuild, at least probably 50 years ago, 40 years ago. But it's pretty clean in there. I mean, there's a little bit of stuff, you know, you can wipe away with your finger. So there's a little bit of a buildup. Most of that's probably from oil sitting there and actually breaking down and not getting used. But yeah, that's a pretty good way to tell this engine's been completely, and we could kind of tell it's been apart before.
Because some gaskets have been replaced and stuff, so.
Hoping we can source some paint for this to touch up some spots, and when the head goes out, we'll talk to them and see what they think. I think there's a couple of freeze plugs in it. Maybe you'll replace those, and yeah, we'll do a quick valve lap on them. Make sure they seal up nice and tight, and get it good and clean. I'll probably have the machine shop lap them because they have a bigger solvent tank, and they can, after they lap them, they can clean the compound off. Have them check the mating surface, make sure it's good, and then we'll be able to put a good straight edge on the deck, and make sure that it's pretty good. And I'll have them check for cracks and all that stuff too. But I don't think it's cracked.
Checking the torques on these, they're all about 50 on the big bolts. Holy crap.
Interesting. Everything looks fine. I don't see any blowouts yet. Right there. And it wasn't long for this world here, and then you see these deposits from the water jacket. It's not great.
They're a little scarred.
Yeah, they're not great. The front rears look pretty good.
Yeah, they almost look like they've been sleeved or honed or something. And they also, but these look, especially that one back there looks a little rough. A little rough. We'll make it to the ice cream and back.